Hey, so I'm gonna give you a quick run through of the product. So first, I'm going to sign in. We use passkeys as the primary signing tool for the product. So you're going to use that for all transactions. We'll get into that in a second. So when I sign in, you can see that I'm part of multiple different teams. The Splish Labs workspace is our team that we use day to day. And creating a new team is very straightforward. And so we actually are seeing that people might set up a team for their company and then also set up a team for their own personal account. So the dashboard is where you're going to see an overview of all the incoming and outgoing transactions associated with your team. And so our team has 8 different accounts that have different permissions and different signers on them. So if we jump over to the treasury, this is going to be where we hold the bulk of our assets. This is a 2 of 3. It is active on a bunch of different networks. We hold assets on Base and on Mainnet and on Optimism and on, I think, Arbitrum and a few other chains as well. And sending from this, because this is a 2 of 3, would require multiple signatures from multiple different people. And you can also use Wallet Connect to connect to different third-party products. We don't use Wallet Connect with this specific account because this is more of our cold storage, whereas we would use Wallet Connect with something like our Eng testing account. And so this has many more people on it. It only requires 1 approval, which means anyone who is a signer on this can kind of come in, withdraw funds. When they do, we ask people to use a memo. And so if we are going to be testing different flows, we can go in here and look at what the memo is that people have added. So this is very helpful for kind of visibility into the team. So spinning up new accounts is very straightforward. Demo account, oops. You can select the signers. So these are gonna be all the passkeys associated with your team members. And if I hit create account, it'll show up as a new account over here. And then say we don't need the demo account anymore, we can jump into settings and we can just remove it. And so that would remove it from the product. So that's kind of the foundation of the product is built around these shared wallets or shared accounts within your team. Now from there you can do a lot of different things. So we have on and off ramps baked in. So if we need to move between our bank account and our on-chain accounts, we can do that here. Say we want to go from our treasury to our checking account, we need to transfer some money. We can choose which asset that we hold in that treasury account that we want to sell to be able to cover this transfer. So we kind of can just in time move funds, transform them as needed. We also have an earn function, which allows you to earn interest on the assets that you hold. So right now that's just USDC. Aave is delivering about 5.8%. And so we have most of our USDC holdings sitting in that. But because of that flow that I just showed you, we don't have to think about withdrawing them and swapping them from Aave. We can just in time transform this. So actually, let's go through and just show you what that might look like. So say I want to send to my Farcaster account, and let's send something I don't have. So maybe we can do, DAI on Optimism. Send a little bit. So we don't have DAI on Optimism, but we do have other assets that are equal to 0.5 DAI. And so I can say, let's use our USDC on Base balance and say demo for video, hit review. Because I'm a signer on this account and I only need 1 approval, I can just go ahead and execute this. I'll hit execute. This will prompt me for my passkey. So I'll just use Touch ID for that. And that will have withdrawn from that Aave position, swapped it, bridged it into DAI, sent it to, in this case, my Farcaster account. So that's how the accounts work. You can see, let's jump into settings, you can add different members. We actually have our accountant on here as well as a read-only member. When you go to invite someone, it's going to be based on their email. So the idea is not that everybody has to show up and have their own Ethereum account. Our accountant does not have a MetaMask or Rainbow, but they do have an email address, and so they can come in and be part of our team. And then, not too much else to cover there, basic setting stuff. Contacts, very straightforward. This will just kind of let you name different addresses. Schedules lets you create recurring payments. Compliance lets you collect W9, W8 information so that you can issue 1099s at the end of the year. So this is what we use for paying contractors. And then accounting is a way for you to get a better sense of your transactions and the historical prices. So if we were to say, hey, let's look at all inbound transactions greater than $100, and we can even filter by just specific accounts. Let's look at just our treasury account. And so you can see the incoming transactions into our treasury. I could also select a time period and export a CSV. So this is where our accountant spends most of the time. And for most of these outbound transactions, we should have memos. And this is helpful for the accountants to be able to understand what the transaction was without bothering us to get that information. So that's a quick overview. Appreciate you watching.